We're getting a call from Paul Craney, who is the executive director of the D.C. Republican Party. Paul, thank you for calling. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Thanks for having me on. Councilor Cheh, this is a question for you. Last week we brought up with the Office of Campaign Finance that council members were using their constituent service funds to make contributions to Democrat organizations. Now, we know that you asked for a refund, but you did that because you said it was a political nature contribution. So that brings me to the second part. I mean, what do you think about your peers on the council? There's 9 of them who are using these constituent service funds to make political contributions. And I'm not talking about helping scholarships. That's only a very small percentage is going to what they call scholarships. There's a lot of money getting thrown around to Democrat groups.
Well, Mr. Craney, first of all, your charges were entirely irresponsible. If you're going to go ahead and say that people are not following the law, you better do your homework, and you plainly didn't do your homework. You certainly didn't do your homework with respect to me. When I asked for that $50 back, it was because I was uncertain about it. So, to be on, the perfect right side of the line, I asked for the $50 back. The other money that you attributed to me was actually not given by me to anybody. It was my predecessor who gave that money away. And if you had done any kind of proper vetting, you would have figured that out. Moreover, I have heard from other members that they have given money to political groups. It's not the beneficiary of the money. It's the purpose to which the money is used. If it's used for a political purpose, then you might be talking about something. But you didn't do that either. You want to go out there and be relevant and, be, the loyal opposition. That's great. But you ought to do your homework and you ought to be responsible.
Paul Craney, your turn.
That's a very small percentage going to what are alleged, scholarships. There's $500 contributions going to ward organizations. You can't say with a straight face, yes, that's going to help 100% of scholarships. And you know this, Councilmember Cheh, because you're a constitutional professor. A contribution to a Democrat organization is a contribution to a Democrat organization. You can't be a little bit pregnant. When you're pregnant, you're pregnant. When you make a donation to a political organization, it's a contribution.
If you read the limitations in the law, which perhaps you haven't done, it talks about the purposes to which the money is used. It doesn't say the beneficiary of the money. And therefore, there are 2 things you can't do, essentially. You can't spend money for political purposes, and 2, you can't spend it on yourself. Until you establish that these were spent for political purposes or for personal benefit, then your charges are irresponsible, and you haven't, again, I'm telling you, you have not done your homework, and it's irresponsible.
Last turn, Paul Craney.
Well, if you look at OCF, because I have done my homework, these ward organizations are not even reporting these contributions. There's nothing. So there's something going on there, and, I know you don't like us because we're Republican and we run candidates against you, but a contribution to a Democrat organization is a contribution to a Democrat organization.
You can run anybody you want against me, but if you make charges, you said you did your homework. How did you not find out that the money that you said that I gave to the Ward 3 Democrats was not money I gave at all? There's a disconnect here, Mr. Craney.